Here's where we're at. Power supply set to 6 volts. It's actually saying 6.72 because some of the gain is getting through the diode leakage back into the supply, but it's locked at 6. So it's really only putting out 6, but it says 6.71, but either way. Okay, this is my hot wire from the supply right to the amp meter, hot wire. Okay, now this is going through its transformer magic to get me a lot of back EMF, separating the back EMF, running this motor off the back EMF, creating more back EMF with my second transformer, the magical transformers. That goes back in. Okay, now I have a situation where my motor, H-bridge, is running from positive here to here. Okay, now I have my negative lead of the multimeter. Negative, that wire comes around up to the negative lead of my multimeter onto the hot of my supply. Now here's the hot of my supply. Now if I connect in between the two diodes, have my 5.72 volts. That's what the motor is running off of, 5.72 volts. Okay, now I connect what this motor, that 5 plus whatever this motor is spitting back in back EMF, is all right here. So I go from here to my hot terminal. I got 13 volts. Remember, that's my hot. I'm 13 volts hotter here than my hot terminal of my power supply. So if I put a jumper from here to here, the motor slows down because it starts setting voltage into the power supply. The potentials aren't letting me loop that 13 volts back in, but I could take that 13 volts and I could do something else with it, but I don't know yet. I'm not that far, but I can't loop this voltage gain back into the circuit. Anyhow I'm drawing it out and anyhow I'm testing it, it won't loop back in so far. Maybe it will if I could figure out the way. But anyway, yeah, so I'm using 6 volts. It's spinning the motor, and then I'm getting my 6 back that I'm spinning the motor with back from the back EMF from that. Of course, there's a little losses in the back EMF. It's not 100% efficient. I'm not getting 100% out. But yeah, I wonder how far you could carry this. So a lot of weird backwards logic trying to deduct, well, what's going to work and what's going to put out what. Anytime I try to connect these, it either stalls out the supply because it sends more voltage into the supply than the supply is putting out, so the amps drop because the supply fights itself. And I can't yet get the negative side of this H-bridge to loop back into the positive. I can't get that gain up high enough. Might be possible. If it does, then that's the golden ticket. But right now, this is where I'm at, so